Hello guys, it's time down reaction of this My Little Pony fanfic comedy reading called Pinkie Pie Learns a New Word. I know what that word is. 21 minutes and 40 seconds long. Wow. I've been wanting to react to this for quite a while now. And let's get on to it. Oh fuck it, just play it.
Warning. The following reading is for mature audiences, for profanity and crude humor. Viewer discretion is advised.
Man, whose channel do you think this is?
The Lost Narrator. Oh, new intro. Wow.
Order up! Pinkie screamed as she pulled a large tray of baked goods out from the oven and tossed them towards the counter. And somehow, they all landed perfectly in a straight line.
Hello, Pinkie Pie.
Pinkie Pie happily trotted up to the counter and slammed her hoof against the bell several times.
Ding ding!
After a few seconds of no pony coming and claiming the order, she poked her head out of the kitchen and yelled the same thing. This time, a large stallion stood in the back and began to make his way towards the counter.
Who was it?
His Desperado pushed down over his eyes.
Who was it?
When he stepped up to the counter, he pushed his hat slightly up and stared down at Pinkie Pie.
Shit!
My order done.
Pinkie Pie smiled happily and cast a hoof over the line of cupcakes, muffins, and loaves of bread.
Yep, it's all done. Bread. I put a little extra sugar on each one, even the bread. Sugar bread. Have you ever tried sugar bread? You should. It tastes so.
He exhaled and looked over his order.
I think I also ordered 4 shortcakes.
Pinkie Pie frowned.
Shortcakes?
Well, shoot. I thought I got everything. Oh, I know what happened. When you were ordering, I was playing with my spoon. Do you have a spoon, friend? Wait, do you...
Please, ma'am, be quiet. Can you just bake the shortcakes real fast?
Pinkie Pie tapped her hoof against her chin and looked skyward.
Can I? Of course I can.
Of course
she then looked back at the stallion
you can do anything.
And began to hop up and down happily.
Sorry, sweet
I know. I can make you the super duper shortcakes. They're packed full of all kinds of strawberries, jams, and anything I can.
Now you're making me hungry.
I'll have them done lickety-split.
As she began to spin around to do her job, the stallion cleared his throat.
Nah, just forget him. I don't need him that bad.
He then sighed and pulled his Desperado over his eyes.
Well, fuck. I hope they don't mind they won't be getting those shortcakes.
Pinkie turned and smiled.
Oh no, don't worry. I can do it super fast. I can have them done before you say shortcakes.
Shortcakes,
he said in a bored voice. Pinkie Pie laughed and jumped up a few times.
No, you gotta say it slow, like this.
The stallion face hoofed and picked up a brown bag.
Listen, I don't fucking need them. They can just live without them.
Pinkie Pie jumped up onto the counter and kicked all the desserts into the stallion's paper bag.
Alrighty then.
I hope your hooves are clean,
he said, putting the bag on his
Pinkie's
back.
hooves clean?
Pinkie Pie giggled and held up all 4 of her hooves.
They're all clean. See, I wash them every chance I get. It's
all
rule number 1 of the
How'd you lift up 4 hooves like that?
Hooves. If you don't, bad things will happen to the ponies who eat your food. That would be bad. Well, I mean, it's already happened once, but I didn't know that I stepped in that pile of sewage. What was I even doing in the sewer anyway? Oh yeah, Gummy wanted me to play with a friend. And wow, there were so many new friends to pick from, I almost...
Listen, ma'am, I would just love to stay here and hear your life story, but I have a place to be and I can't waste all my fucking time here.
Pinkie Pie cocked her head.
What does fuck mean? You've been saying it a lot.
She then smiled excitedly.
Does it mean something good? Or something very good? Or is it something bad? Like a large monster that hides in your closet while you sleep?
Bit both, actually, Pinkie Pie.
I haven't monster-proofed my room today.
Ma'am, you're getting off track.
The stallion said, annoyance in his voice.
Oops.
Pinkie Pie said, as she stopped her overexcited voice and got back on topic.
Oh, yeah?
So, fuck. What does it mean? Does it mean...
Listen, it's just a word we commonly use in Appaloosa. As for the meaning, it means whatever you want, I guess.
Appaloosa?
Whatever I want?
Pinkie Pie said, a smile forming on her face. He looked at her with a worried face and began to back out of the shop.
Backwards, yeah?
Whatever you want. Just don't say it to others.
As luck would have it, Pinkie Pie only heard the first part as she began to laugh in delight at the idea of having a multi-purpose word at her disposal.
Oh, yeah?
The stallion, already slightly worried about the mental state of this mare, quickly pushed open the doors
state of Pinkie
and
Pie?
exited the
You
bakery.
don't question Pinkie Pie.
Turned back to the kitchen and cheerfully trotted up to the sink, where the dishes were piled high. She stuck her hooves into the water and began to wash the dirty plates.
2 hours later.
Pinkie Pie hopped out of the bakery and proceeded to happily bounce down the street,
She likes
humming
hopping,
a new
doesn't
tune
she?
she had just made up. She passed by one of her friends, Rose, and gave a happy wave.
Rose?
Hey, Rose.
Rose looked up from her flowers and waved back.
Hey, Pinkie. How are you doing?
Pinkie Pie bounced in place.
What I always do, bringing a smile
Okay,
to everyone's face.
She then
Sweet
looked
Belle.
at Rose's flowers and smiled.
Ooh, Rose, your flowers are so fuck.
Rose's
What?
eyes widened as her mouth dropped.
What?
Your flowers, you know, they're so fuck. Fuck can mean beautiful. Like I'm fuck, you're fuck, this whole town is fuck. Ooh, fuck can also mean hug. Oh, goody.
Rose shook the shock off her face and looked at Pinkie with
Pinkie
a worried
Pie, you got the wrong
expression.
idea.
Pinkie, I don't think that's the real meaning of that word.
Yes.
Duh.
Pinkie Pie said, as if Rose should already know this.
It can mean anything. That's what the stallion at Sugar Cube Corner told me.
Rose scratched the back of her neck as she glanced around.
Pinkie, I think you should stop.
Stop.
Pinkie Pie jumped into the
Stop.
air and let out a squeal of delight. She then shot off, leaving Rose as confused as ever.
Nothing good can come of this.
She
Nope.
muttered as she went
Nope.
back to tending her flowers.
No.
Pinkie Pie galloped down the street,
Gallop
barreling her
crush.
way to her good friend, Twilight Sparkle.
Ship.
Pinkie Pie yelled out, startling the lavender mare, and causing her to look up from her book, which she was currently reading on a bench.
Pinkie, what are you doing?
What
She
are you
yelled
doing?
back, watching her friend gallop towards her.
Just being
Pinkie Pie
Pinkie
smiled
Pie.
happily and jumped into the air, soaring towards her friend.
I'm going to fuck you.
What?
Pinkie Pie slammed into Twilight and
Oh my
instantly
gosh.
lifted her into a large, awkward hug.
Pinkie, what the hell are you doing?
Pinkie Pie giggled
She wants to
and
fuck
shook
you.
Twilight side to side.
Duh, I'm fucking you, silly.
Pinkie, why are you using that word?
Pinkie Pie laughed
I don't
and dropped
know.
Twilight back on the bench.
Why am I using what word, Twilight?
You know
Twilight
what
rolled
word.
off the bench and landed on all fours.
Pinkie, why did you say you were going to F me?
Pinkie Pie just giggled and slapped Twilight on the back.
Fuck.
Silly goose. I said I was going to hug you, and I did.
No, you didn't.
I don't follow.
Twilight raised an eyebrow.
Oh, Twilight, I thought you would know about this.
Pinkie
No.
Pie stated, snickering at her friend's expression.
Fuck
You know-
can mean anything. Like, I just fucked you, which means I hugged you, and it can even mean very happy. Like, right now, I am so fuck.
Twilight rubbed her
Check
face.
with Sweetabelle
Pinkie,
and get the
I don't
dictionary.
think you fully understand the meaning of the F word.
No.
It does have many meanings, but it's mainly used for...
Pinkie put a hoof to Twilight's mouth and giggled.
I already know all of this, Twilight.
No, you don't.
The nice stallion at Sugar Cube Corner already explained it all to me.
Did he?
Stallion? Who was he?
Yeah.
Twilight questioned.
That's a good question.
wanting
I was
to
about
get
to ask
the
that.
bottom of this.
Who was
Pinkie
this
Pie
stallion?
shrugged.
I don't know. He was just a
She then looked past Twilight and smiled brightly.
Gotta go, Twi. I'll talk to you later.
Pinkie,
Later.
wait!
Twilight yelled out, but Pinkie Pie was already halfway down the street.
Town.
Twilight exhaled loudly and brought her hooves to her face.
Why do I even put up with her?
I would
Pinkie
wonder
Pie
the same
rocketed down the
question,
street,
Twilight.
a large smile on her face. Her eyes were locked on two of her friends,
Shit.
Fluttershy and Rainbow Dash.
Double
The two
ship.
Pegasi were standing next to a cart,
Sorry.
which sold small bars of soap. Pinkie Pie yelled as she came to a screeching halt behind them. Fluttershy yelped in surprise and dropped to the ground, while Rainbow Dash spun around to face her pink friend.
Pinkie, what's with the yelling?
Pinkie Pie
What is
laughed
with
and
yelling?
began to bounce in place.
Hey, Rainbow Dash. Hey, Fluttershy. What you
Hello?
girls doing here? Are you buying soap? Oh, does one of Fluttershy's animals need a bath? Or do you need a bath, Rainbow Dash? Wait, what if it's me that
Right.
needs the bath? When was the last time I took a bath? Oh yeah, that's right, when...
Rainbow Dash, to stop her friend from rambling, stuck a bar of soap into Pinkie Pie's mouth and laughed.
Calm down, Pinkie. Fluttershy just needs more soap for animals. So, I guess you got it right on the first try.
Pinkie Pie swallowed the bar of soap, followed by her jumping in the air and striking a victory pose. When she landed, she laughed and started her bouncing again.
Why?
You girls are so fuck!
Rainbow Dash did a double take at hearing this, and
Yes.
Fluttershy let out a small gasp.
Pinkie? Why did you say that to us?
She asked quietly.
Say what? Fuck?
Yeah, that word.
Rainbow said, the sound of slight anger in her voice. Pinkie Pie just smiled at her two friends.
Come on, girls. You have to know that fuck can mean anything. I just said that you two are funny. Oh, like Fluttershy fucks her animals on a
You
daily
cannot
basis,
make
and
up
Rainbow
dictionary
Dash, you want to
descriptions.
fuck Applejack and everything.
Pinkie!
Rainbow Dash yelled, face red hot.
What? I just said Fluttershy feeds her animals on a daily basis, and you want to beat Applejack and everything. I just told you that fuck can mean anything, didn't I? I don't do that to my animals. That's just wrong.
Very
Pinkie
wrong.
stared at her friends with a worried expression.
You don't feed your animals? Well, then it's up to me to get those poor creatures some food.
No, Pinkie. Listen, that word means...
Rainbow Dash began to say, but before she could finish, Pinkie Pie was already running off in the opposite direction.
Okay, where?
She's so random.
Fluttershy looked around
Very
and bit
random.
her hoof.
Like me.
with my animals, do I?
Rainbow Dash sighed and put a hoof on her shoulder.
No, you don't. Wait, do you?
No.
After a few minutes of running, Pinkie Pie finally saw her target, Applejack in her cart of apples. As she
Shit.
neared, she saw Apple Bloom, who appeared to be helping today.
Oh
As
dear.
Pinkie Pie came to a stop
You
a
don't
few
want
feet
to
from the
swear in
cart,
front of Apple
she
Bloom.
instantly jumped forward and put her hooves on the cart's edge.
Quickly, Applejack! I need as many apples as you can spare. Fluttershy isn't fucking her animals anymore.
What?
She's doing what to animals?
Applejack, after hearing this, fell back onto
Oh
her
my
haunches.
god.
What does fuck mean?
Apple Bloom asked
Oh dear.
innocently.
Nothing you should be concerned with.
Pinkie Pie smiled
No,
and went back
it's
on all
only for
fours in
grown-ups,
front of
Apple
the
Bloom.
small filly.
It can mean anything, like what I just said. Fluttershy isn't feeding her animals anymore. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot. I have to go fuck her animals since she's no longer doing it. Applejack, give me all of your apples before the poor creatures starve to death from not being fucked.
Pinkie Pie, there's a fella here.
Applejack yelled, beginning to shove Apple Bloom away.
Listen, Apple Bloom, why don't you go play with the others today?
Apple Bloom smiled happily and began to gallop off.
Thanks, sis. I can't wait to tell the new word I learned.
Oh,
Wait, what?
No, no.
Applejack yelled out as she began to gallop off after her younger sister.
Applejack, wait! I need... what did I need again?
Pinkie Pie said, looking around confused. She had come here for something, but what?
What?
She turned and saw all the apples on the cart.
Oh, that's right. I was gonna go eat a fuck.
She plucked one of the apples off of the cart and quickly gobbled it down. As soon as she finished, she heard a mare's distressed scream, which could only be Rarity. When Pinkie Pie turned around, she saw Rarity, her dress covered in fresh mud.
You barbarian! How dare you splash mud on my brand new dress!
She screamed as the stallion ran away from her.
Oh dear.
Pinkie yelled,
Shit.
hopping over to her friend.
Oh, hello, Pinkie Pie. How is your day going?
It's been great. I baked dessert all morning. I talked to Rose. I had a chat with Fluttershy and Rainbow Dash. Oh, and I fucked Twilight.
Rarity's eyes widened as her hoof came up to cover her mouth.
Did that to Twilight? Did she let you?
Yep. She just stood there and let me fuck her. It was one of the best fucks I've given in a long time.
Rarity
Pinkie
began
Pie.
to sway side to
Someone slap
side.
Pinkie Pie, please.
You, Twilight. How
What?
Pinkie Pie looked at Rarity's unconscious body, which had just fallen into the large pile
She's
of mud.
fainted.
Wow. It's like she's never heard of ponies hugging before.
Pinkie Pie then looked around,
It does not mean that,
looking
Pinkie
for
Pie.
someone to help. It was then that she spotted Lyra. When she spotted Lyra, she began waving at her.
Hi.
Lyra, I need your help. It's something super duper important.
Lyra smiled and began to trot towards her.
What is it?
What is it?
Why is Rarity on the ground?
Pinkie Pie shrugged.
Do you
and
really
waved
want
a
to
hoof
know?
Over Rarity.
Do you really want
I
to
don't know. I just said I fucked Twilight and she did this.
Lyra's eyes widened.
You, really?
Yep. I think it was one of my best fucks ever.
Lyra glanced around nervously.
She, goes that way, huh?
Goes what way?
You know, fucking mares.
Lyra said hesitantly. Pinkie Pie waved a hoof.
Have you
and
heard all the
giggled.
fanfics? We're all lesbians.
Who doesn't love fucking others? I even fuck myself from time to time.
What?
Lyra raised an eyebrow.
Well, Pinkie Pie, that could be possible.
So, what did you need me for?
Oh, I wanted to take Brony home.
I wanted to
don't
fuck
think
you.
It's a good idea for her to be out here. Some weirdo might try to give her a fuck. Or worse, they may give her a fuck and then tell her about fuck.
Huh. Pinkie, do you take medicine?
Lyra asked worriedly. Pinkie Pie tapped her chin.
Do sugar pills count?
No.
No. Just don't hurt yourself trying to get home.
Lyra said, levitating Rarity up, and began to trot off towards the boutique.
What? Am I supposed to go home?
Yes.
Wait, am I? Yes! I have to go get the balls their afternoon fuck!
And
What?
with that, she took off for Sugar Cube Corner. As soon as she burst through the front doors, she yelled out,
Where's the bottles? I've got some babies to fuck!
What?
Every pony in the bakery gasped. 2 mares in the back fainted, while another up front passed out.
What? We all have to fuck to survive!
She said, as she looked at everyone's shocked faces.
Every pony shot faces.
So true! Fuck was that for?
A stallion off to the side said, but received a slap upside the head from the mare next to him. Pinkie Pie forced herself to focus and galloped to the back of the bakery. Once there, she smiled at the 2 foals, which were currently playing with some blocks.
Hey! You two ready to be fucked?
The 2 foals looked at her and
some
laughed
pony stop her,
crazily.
please.
Pinkie Pie smiled and quickly got 2 bottles of milk. She then gave the 2 foals a bottle each and sat back to watch them drink.
Aww, you like being fucked, don't you?
She said, proud that she remembered to feed the 2 foals. Wait, feed?
Oh no! I forgot to fuck Fluttershy's animals! Oh well, she'll come to her senses and feed the poor creatures.
After a few minutes, she was back in the kitchen, resuming her kitchen duties.
I wonder when the cakes are going to come back from lunch. They should have already fucked all their food by now.
She wondered
Don't
out
fuck
loud.
the food.
Service,
Don't pour Magpiepony on us!
Said a familiar voice.
Coming!
Pinkie yelled
Don't pour
out.
Magpiepony.
She swiftly ran up to the counter and smiled at her customer. But the second she saw him, she laughed.
Hey, you're back already? Why'd you come back so soon? Did you need more food, or did you forget to—
Oh no, it's the crazy bitch again. Look, it turns out I need those shortcakes. Could you please hurry up and make them?
Pinkie Pie saluted.
Please? Is that Cracky Donkey?
I sure can.
It sounds like Cracky Donkey, actually.
Please hurry.
Pinkie Pie ran off and quickly baked the shortcakes, which only took 30 minutes. Once they were done, she ran back and dropped them onto the counter.
There you go. $4.
He raised an eyebrow and picked up the bag that they were in.
Thanks?
As he turned, Pinkie Pie reached out and spun him back to face her.
Oh, one more thing.
Yes.
What does bitch mean?
Oh,
and that's how
no.
Equestria was thrown into complete disorder.
You're not kidding? My name. Quite a lot of names there, isn't there? 2 hours later. This is where videos would normally be. Oh my goodness me. Wow, Pinkie. Just wow. Applejack, Pinkie Pie said fuck.
What tarnation?
Exactly. Oh my gosh, that was so funny. That was absolutely so funny. Well lost. I don't expect you to do comedies. I always think of you as a dark, thick, grim, dark sort of reader. But to do, oh my gosh! Can I fuck Twilight? No, I was only hugging her. Fuck Twilight. Ship. Oh my gosh. Well, the reading was good. I would like to see more than one picture of Pinkie Pie. I'm just saying. But the picture was cute. I did like the picture. It's not the first time that Pinkie Pie takes things out of context. Literally. If I said tits or boobs, she would say, "Can I suck boobs?" And I'm thinking, what was that, Pinkie Pie? What was that? You know, suck boobs. I'm doing my Pinkie Pie voice. I want to fuck Twilight. Oh my gosh. It's typical Pinkie Pie, really. Typical Pinkie Pie. Way out of context. If Sweet Belle was there, she'll give Pinkie Pie the dictionary. Look at the word, you know what, F-U-C-K. Seeing it's Tuesday. And you'll be like, she'd be shocked if she saw the actual meaning of the word. She'll be shocked. And she would do her best to make up for a mistake. Pinkie Pie now learns the word bitch. Even that's got many meanings, I think. It's a female dog, for a start. I'm thinking of Harry Potter reference now. If there's something wrong with the bitch, there'll be something wrong with the pup. Taken from the third movie. Yes, third movie. But bitch can mean sexual terms as well.
Oh, come on!
I'm sorry, Sweetie Belle. It can also mean as an insult. That's why when you're around people, you try not to use those words. You can say, oh fuck it, like annoyance. And you can say, let's, you know what. And that's a different meaning. Well, this was quite a funny reading actually. I wish Lost Narrator can do more readings like this, because there are actually funny. She's a good, thank you very much. She's a very good VA reader. Yeah, keep up the good work, Lost, and I will see you in my next reaction video. Oh yes.